Hi and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at who's dreaming of you and what do they want to say. So there are three groups to choose from. Group 1 is the Aventurine, along with this group of cards. Group 2 is the Shungite, along with this group of cards. And group 3 is the Golden Healer Quartz, along with this group of cards. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, and feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups, or perhaps all of the groups that you're most drawn to, I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps in the description box of the video for each group if you would like to jump ahead. Hi, Group 1. You chose the Aventurine. So I'm going to start with these cards to get a feel for who is dreaming about you. And we've got the Four of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the Hierophant, Ten of Swords, Water Spirit, manifesting dreams, Standing Stones, passage, Truth, and Discernment. So right away with the Four of Pentacles in this Discernment card, with these women on here kind of doing the gestures with their hands about speaking no evil, seeing no evil, hearing no evil. This can indicate that this is somebody where communication in the 3D sense is blocked between you and this person. Things might have ended very badly with you. You could have had a fight. Some harsh words were spoken. This person could have made some kind of declaration, like they never wanted to see you again or hear from you again. This could have been a declaration that you made with this Ten of Swords. A very difficult ending to this connection, kind of at an impasse in terms of communication. Maybe if you are in limited contact with this person, there's just a lot of fights, a lot of disagreements, a lot of harsh and painful words, not really being able to communicate very clearly with one another. With the Truth card and also with this Two of Cups, this can indicate some kind of soulmate or even twin flame energy here with these two kind of people, and especially with this Truth card where it's the image of the same person kind of mirrored. So this can even indicate that there's a lot of mirrored behavior or mirrored kind of wounding back and forth, that as much as you might feel misunderstood or very hurt by what was said in the past, that this person is feeling that as well. And both these images right here, they're holding a wand in their hands. Well, it's a mirrored image of the same person, basically. But there's a lot of passion that the two of you have for each other. And this passion can both be in terms of the physical chemistry, but also that can be in terms of very passionate arguments, heated debates with this person that may have taken place in the past. With the Hierophant, this can definitely talk to a spiritual layer to this connection, some kind of an ascension journey or spiritual awakening that you both are on. This can also really tie into that twin flame and soulmate energy of kind of this higher level connection, this higher level love with this person. This can also indicate somebody that you were married to at one point in time, maybe you're separated from, or you're in the process of going through a divorce, or are actually, you've completed that divorce with this person. You may have children in common with them, so some degree of contact with them at a certain level is necessary, but it's very difficult to kind of maintain this balance of peace there with the doves here at the base of this kind of pedestal that the Hierophant is sitting on. And they're kind of, the doves are in shadow, and this one looks kind of to be in distress. So kind of a lack of tranquility in the 3D sense between the both of you. A tumultuous period, a difficult period. Also on this card here with the water spirit, and there's this imagery of the otters, and otters can definitely be signs of like a soulmate connection, a high level soulmate connection between two people. Otters, when they are in the wild, in the ocean, they sleep holding hands so that they don't drift apart from each other, from their mate, from their companion. But in this image, this is two otters that are at a distance from one another. So this really speaks to the soul bond between the both of you that might be at kind of a difficult or estranged period currently, with kind of this water that's very unsettled. This can really speak to some turbulent emotions that have been stirred up between the both of you that have caused you to kind of go into your respective corners to really think things over, to mull things over, maybe as a result of hurt feelings that it's caused this separation or this distance between the both of you. With the standing stones and passage, this is really tying in for me with a passage of time. So this could be a fight or an argument or disagreement that happened quite a while ago, that's still lingering. It's still lingering in the energy. It's still resulting in being blocked or not having this ability to really communicate very clearly or to make much progress. Apologies have not been given. Maybe a long-awaited apology just has not come in, and you've moved to this point within yourself of just trying to kind of compartmentalize from this energy of maybe hope at one point that you were in, of reconciliation or kind of smoothing things out between the both of you. But over time, nothing has really changed. Even if there were maybe promises made of changed behavior, in action, nothing to the contrary of what you had experienced before has been demonstrated to this point. So this can really also, this standing stones, talk about something that is written in stone, a finality almost. So that can tie in with that concept or energy of a divorce. being in the works, being finalized or very nearly finalized, or whatever was said or done, whatever fight occurred in the past in this connection. It's had a lasting impact. It's words or communication, it's very difficult to come back from. I'm also drawn here with this Ten of Swords, which is the end of the sword suit in the minor arcana, followed by the Ace of Swords, Archangel Michael's sword of truth that cuts through any kind of uncertainty or illusion. And then we have the truth card here as well. So this is speaking of this desire to move beyond kind of these difficulties. Again, that hope for some kind of an apology, for somebody to see things from your way, to recognize kind of the spiritual value of this connection. That as much as you're trying to kind of move forward, progress with your life, whatever was said or done is of great impact, that it's something where there's still, it's kind of on the precipice of hope. That it would take just a very simple act or gesture on this person's part in order to really progress this connection to a different level. But for whatever reason, they're holding back on this. There's something that they are not seeing, that they are kind of being deliberately ignorant to, somebody who's not really taking ownership for their actions or the words that they might have spoken in the past, or somebody who has closed themselves off to maybe an apology that is owed by you to them. And this is somebody in this energy of resistance who is just, again, not wanting to hear anything, not wanting to, see you, not wanting to return your calls, return your texts or your emails. Somebody who, again, may have like literally blocked communication with you so that it's not possible, or it's very difficult to kind of make that communication or that gesture. All these birds can indicate messages that you've sent or attempts to reach out that are just kind of, they're missing this person. This person is just kind of oblivious to these things, or is ignoring these things, or is just not choosing to respond at this point in time to that. With the Standing Stones card as well, this can also talk about kind of what ties in with that energy of the soulmate, the high-level soulmate, or the twin flame energy of a past life connection that you feel with this person. A sense of, inner knowing and resonance, maybe some deja vu that has occurred throughout your relationship with them. This fight or argument could have even been in the context for some of you about maybe broaching the idea with this person, letting them know that you believe that they are your twin flame, and trying to open up or expand the connection to that level to really explore kind of the spiritual depths between the both of you. And it's something that this person could have met that with a lot of resistance, been very closed off to that idea. And it's something to where, through time, even the feelings that you have for them, the sense of certainty, it's not going away. There's a depth here, a depth of love which perpetuates. And from time to time there may be occasions where you're able to just kind of distract yourself, focus on the material world, or other things that you have going on in your life. You may have even tried to date other people, but something just keeps coming back around to this person. You may have been through even a series of other relationships, or trying to get to know other people that it just didn't work out. It all just kind of ended very abruptly with other people, or led to a lot of dissatisfaction. And so your thoughts keep coming back to this person. There could also be a sense of being very overwhelmed by that kind of frustration on your part about why you can't get this person out of your mind, why you keep thinking about them or even dreaming about them, why they keep coming to you energetically, and why there is such a gap, such a distance between what you are experiencing energetically with this person and in dreams versus what is occurring in the 3D reality. And so again, a lot of confusion could be happening with that. The deeper you are diving into this, perhaps into spirituality in general, spiritual concepts, looking into twin flames, into soulmates, and a lot of this is resonating for you, you're starting to come to the truth and clarity of this situation, of who this person is to you and what that means. Kind of even for some of you evolving beyond the idea of 3D union with this person at this time, and focusing on kind of the perpetuity of the 5D union that you have with this person. Kind of that eternal and unbreakable bond in the higher realms that is a source of strength. It's a source of certainty for you, despite any kind of actions, words, or behaviors by this person in the 3D that is very contrary to that. And so it feels like as much as you're dreaming about this person, as they may be coming into your dreams, this person is also dreaming about you. This can lead to some frustration on their part as well, in the same way with this energy of mirroring, where as much as you may have tried to kind of close off your feelings, close off this connection, move on from this, explore romances with other people, and just really falling up short with that, or just not having that same level of intensity of connection as you've had with that person or what you've experienced with them. This energy is very much mirrored by this person. They feel in an energy of just trying to clamp down very strongly to just kind of shut out this understanding, this higher knowledge, this truth, these downloads that are trying to come in for them. And so the only way that this information is able to permeate them, or that any kind of headway or communication at this time is able to occur, is in the dream state, is kind of when their ego is at rest. And in that realm of dreams, anything goes. Usually it's, there's a wider acceptance of reality and kind of the structure and fabric of interactions. So a lot of healing seems to be taking place in that dream space, in terms of really triggering some things for this person, that when they wake and they are realizing that they have dreamed of you, and kind of this frustration that is then building up in them, like why they can't forget you, why you're in their dreams, even you're in this waking conscious that they have, coming through in the forms of signs, of synchronicities. It's a connection that they just can't escape from. These feelings continue to exist and churn within them, as much as they're trying to kind of shut this off and block this off. That slowly but surely they're kind of opening to a greater perception of what this means. That despite their best efforts to kind of close their eyes and shut this off, they're starting to understand that there is something more to this connection. There is some greater significance here. They're starting to understand as well that the dreams that they are having, these are not just products of their subconscious, that the two of you are actually meeting in that astral realm, from your higher self at the 5D level, and that there is this communion that occurs between the both of you that is just not possible at this time because of pride and ego and hurt feelings, stubbornness and resistance, or even other obstacles which are currently maybe interfering with this connection. There could be a geographic distance between the both of you. There could be other kind of structures, relationships, or even just belief systems in place that are really standing in the way of kind of moving forward in the 3D together, kind of coming back together and working toward a firm foundation in this partnership. But on the higher realms, in the dream state, there is this communion. There is this ability to really interact with each other at kind of the purest vibration of your soul. So in terms of signs, with the pentacles, we have earth energy, swords is air energy, and the Hierophant is Taurus, and with cups, we have water energy, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And I'm also going to say with this water spirit card here, that can also be more water energy, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So now I'm going to take a look at what this person wants to tell you from their higher self, group 1. Okay, and they say, I am entwined in the thought of finding you one day. So there's a hopefulness that this person has that whatever kind of energy you're in right now of being very kind of stuck in the past, stuck in what was said or what was done, this energy of impasse and being very blocked off, there is hope that in time this energy will loosen up, that the connection will kind of go through this rebirth or this renewal, that the difficulties that you've experienced will be able to be transcended. There's almost this sense too of their higher self and your higher self really colluding behind the scenes, almost in this dream state, in this dream energy, trying to really kind of bring you both beyond that pain and wounding of the pride and the ego back into the heart space, into this watery emotional energy. to focus on what really matters, not any kind of missteps that occurred in the past or kind of carelessness that occurred in terms of words or being sort of oblivious to one another's feelings, but to really kind of recenter on that core bond between the both of you, on this very high level bond, this energetic bond between the both of you, and allowing that to lead you both beyond whatever has occurred in the 3D in the past, to deliver that apology that is owed, to open up your energy and even your life to receiving an apology from this person, or them receiving an apology from you, kind of softening that stubborn and very hurt energy, that kind of closed off energy of the heart space here, even with this Four of Pentacles, and kind of moving more into that watery heart space energy, passing through that difficulty into the next phase, into evolving beyond what has happened between you in the connection in the past. And they also say you are a diamond of immense strength and beauty. So this person is definitely recognizing their role in what happened in the past and the pain that may have caused, and kind of the process that it has taken and the time that it has taken for you to kind of pick yourself back up out of that energy of defeat or deep disappointment, perhaps your hopes and dreams for where this connection could go, being really thwarted by this person's maybe response to what you said, some kind of response to broaching even the topic of twin flames or soulmates, and that really shut this person down. They're very cognizant of the hurt that would have caused, the confusion that would have caused for you. They're aware of sort of the energetically there, and even some of them in sort of the physical reality, as they're able to watch you from afar, even though they may not be communicating with you. For a lot of you, this person is kind of keeping up to date with what's going on in your life, and they're recognizing this transformation that has occurred within you, kind of facing yourself, maybe even doing some kind of shadow work to sort of integrate that light and shadow aspect of yourself to really kind of flow with any sort of spiritual awakening or ascension energy that you've been in, that was maybe sparked or kind of instigated by this very painful ending with this person. They're recognizing that, the ways in which you have transformed and kind of risen above these circumstances. And it's an inspiration to them. And at the same time, I feel that it's also acting as kind of a reinforcement of any kind of block between the two of you. They're recognizing that there's some growth that they need to do as well. This person might even be kind of comparing themselves to you and seeing the ways in which you've transcended any kind of energy of bitterness and disappointment versus what they might be holding on to or what they are lingering in. And so it feels kind of a daunting task, that there are things that they need to do, that they need to address within themselves, and they need to release in order to be able to kind of step forward into that hope of renewal and a new beginning, unencumbered by this baggage of the past. And it's something where at times they may not feel they are quite up to the task, or they may feel that you're so far ahead of them at this point with all the work that they've done, that they're focusing on and kind of shutting down to even beginning that journey for a lot of you, because of everything they feel that must be done in order to kind of catch up with where you are, so that the two of you can then move this connection to the next level. And they also say, how can I ever pay you back? So in some way, what has occurred between the both of you and the work that you've done on yourself, it has really energetically caused this person to have to recognize something within themselves, or they're feeling this energetic push to do that work, to do that healing, that kind of integration work within themselves. For a lot of you, they could still be kind of stubborn and kind of closed off to that, the energy of resistance, not wanting to participate, not wanting to recognize and to see. For a lot of you, again, kind of holding back on maybe delivering that information or that confirmation that you were in fact right with what you said about this deep and intense connection between the both of you, that if they've dated other people in the time since they've been with you and have really just come up short in terms of that deep intimacy, kind of resisting coming back to you to express that they were wrong in the past, wrong to step away from this, to deny their feelings for you, or to cut off the relationship or cut off communication in maybe a kind of abrupt and harsh manner. But there's some kind of an awakening or an awareness that is coming to this person, even through the point of comparison between what they had with you and experienced with you, even just energetically, and what they're experiencing with others. You've kind of created a new template for them of what is possible in love, what relationships can feel like, and how intimacy can be experienced between people, what is possible there, which might have been more than they were expecting or had experienced prior and haven't been able to duplicate since. And they also say, I can see eternity in your eyes. So that's more of that past life energy here. It could have been very overwhelming for this person. If you mentioned twin flames, soulmates, or even just, if none of that was mentioned at the time, if this is kind of information you've come upon since going into a separation with this person and, being on your own journey of seeking, of finding answers. But prior to that, feeling a very tangible and kind of next level connection, next level love with this person. It's something that they're acknowledging, that they have felt that as well with you in the past, as much as they may have denied that or tried to ignore that. It's a truth which can't be escaped. Something which is really calling them to step into that higher version of self. A lot of work that needs to be done that they weren't prepared for at the time. A lot of them may still be kind of resisting this call to action at this point in time as well. So I'm going to get a few more messages for you, group 1. Let's see, what does this person want to tell you from their higher self? Okay, and they say it's heartbreaking. We can't have more than we do now. So this person is definitely not happy with the way things are between you, as much as they may be kind of sitting in a space of stubbornness and resistance, a little bit of bitterness. It doesn't feel good at their core. At their core, they're being beckoned in your direction. They're really being urged and bombarded with signs, urging them forward, urging them to do the work on themselves, to reach out with an apology, or open those lines of communication with you once again. But it's something where they're kind of they're holding back from that. They're kind of clenching themselves off to that possibility, trying to just ignore these nudges that they're getting, or almost out of a place of distortion within the pride and ego, maybe for a lot of you feeling that they don't want to be the one to reach out first, that they'd be willing to have a conversation with you, willing to try and talk through and work through what happened in the past, but they don't want to be that person who initiates it, because there's a possibility you could reject them, or that you wouldn't be on the same page, or nothing would really be accomplished at this point in time, or going forward with reopening the lines of communication. And they also say, I want to create with you. So that's that energy of hopefulness about some kind of a new beginning, moving beyond where you both find yourselves currently. This hope that in time, that the wounds of the past can be healed, the kind of the difficulties can be mended, and this sort of disturbance of the peace between the both of you, this very tumultuous emotional energy, can be kind of calmed and smoothed out, that you can both find a way forward from this. And create some kind of a new beginning, or just more of an understanding, a meeting of the minds going forward. And they also say, I hate you, I love you, I can't live without you. So definitely this back and forth energy they have about reaching out and going back into this energy of resistance. They're very much drawn to you, but pride and ego is keeping them very blocked off from this connection at this time. They're not allowing themselves to be that one to make the first move. They're being very stubborn about that, about delivering that apology, reaching out with that communication, knocking on that door, to kind of put themselves out there in the hopes of moving forward from whatever was said or done in the past. And they also say, all I ever wanted and needed is you. So more of that energy of the experience with you, even just energetically, creating a new template for this person as far as what is possible in love and connections and relationships. And it's something that in the distance, in the separation, they've not been able to achieve this with others. They may have tried to, again, kind of date others, kind of look around, find some kind of a replacement for what they had with you, but they've fallen short. And so again, just kind of trapped in this energy of pride and ego, not really wanting to reach out to tell you that you were right, tell you that whatever their decision was in the past, to kind of cut things off, or whatever way that they contributed to the situation you now find yourselves in. They're just not at a place of being ready to admit that they made the wrong choice, not wanting to admit that that choice kind of led them into this energy of defeat, that the words and maybe even belief systems that had caused this wedge between you two in the past, that it really didn't take them anywhere very successful. It just kind of led to this very entrenched and kind of this deep feeling of being constantly reminded that something is missing, that something is off balance in their life. This need, this pull that they have to kind of retrace their steps to, again, sort of smooth things out between the both of you. It's this truth and this realization that is coming to them with that truth card, and also with the Ace of Swords, which would follow that Ten of Swords here, that they're kind of, this feels like somebody who's on that brink of surrender, but at this point in time, they're really just digging their heels in and sticking firm with whatever stance they had taken up to this point, or they have been in for some period of time. So I'm going to get some guidance from Spirit for you about this situation. Group 1. Okay, and we have the Moonstone Star, Passion. I am entering a portal of euphoric love. So this is a great confirmation here of something getting ready to shift or change in this situation. Again, this energy of resistance that this person seems to be in, it doesn't feel to be very long before they enter this kind of step through that portal into surrender. They take that step, enter that passage to reach out, to express the truth of this love that they have for you that's at the core. It's beyond all those hurt feelings. It's beyond whatever was said in the past. It's beyond whatever mistakes or choices were made in the past. There's a lot of love. There's this flame, this bond between the both of you that keeps burning. It continues. It's something which at different points in time can feel very tangible, and at other points in time very far away, but it's a constant. As much as you are feeling it, this person is feeling it as well. If you're dreaming of this person, they are definitely dreaming of you. You both are definitely connecting in the higher realms. And again, this energy of your higher selves really colluding to kind of break down those barriers of resistance, of the pride and the ego and the excuses, and kind of the fear of what could go wrong, or this fear of rejection, and just really understanding the necessity, even for the purposes of growth, even if this is something where, you're not at a place of being willing or able to really hear this person out, or to take them back into your life. If it's something even where this truth or this clarity that is offered, it's just some kind of a closure for you. There's some deep healing that wants to take place and that is needing to take place in this connection, that at this point in time it seems is only really possible to take place in the higher realms through interacting at that very pure place of spirit, kind of freed from the trappings and the protests of the ego and of pride. But it's something which it's kind of as above, so below. It's kind of filtering down into the 3D world. Slowly but surely, this person's resistance is being eroded, and you're both going to be at the precipice of really taking some action steps forward. You may hear from this person in the not too distant future, and that can be a doorway, that can be an opening to, healing for yourself or closure for yourself, just some kind of change within this kind of very stuck and resistant energy that you may find yourself in. So you're kind of being assured here that behind the scenes, there's a lot that's going on. And this can even be something where, in terms of some kind of a profound dream that you have of this person, where when you wake up, you feel alleviated, you feel unburdened from some of that pain and heartbreak you've been carrying around. And so that can also really tie in with, this shift, entering that portal of euphoric love, where this unconditional vibration of love from the higher realms that, aside from whatever is, the circumstances occurring between you in the 3D, always exists in those higher levels, and that kind of timelessness of your soul, where that is being infused into both of you to really help to kind of break up some of this brittle energy, so you can both move forward, step more into, the next step of your journey, or step more into your authenticity without carrying that baggage of kind of this negativity or any kind of resentment or hurt that is lingering from whatever occurred with this person in the past. So I'm going to get some initials for you now, group 1, and this can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Okay, so we have F, J, A, Z, X, Q, N, U, D, K, and V. So those are your messages, group 1. I hope they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 2. You chose the Shungite. So I'm going to start with these cards to see who is dreaming of you. And we've got Judgment, Temperance, the Lovers, Eight of Wands, Bluebird Spirit, Happiness, Foggy Bog, Patience, Enchantment, and Release. So this could definitely be somebody that you've been waiting on communication from for quite some time. With this Eight of Wands and with the both of these birds, actually, this herring and this bluebird here, and particularly with this reference to patience, but birds being symbolic of messages, of messengers, somebody who from your past with that Judgment card, a relationship that was kind of long dead, but maybe you've been feeling an energetic stirring, kind of this buildup, this anticipation that something is shifting. Maybe you're starting to feel this person's energy again for the first time in a while, or you're starting to dream about them again for the first time in a while. And so there's just this sense that something is on the horizon. You could also be hearing this person's name a lot or seeing this person's name a lot, but this can also really talk about words that are spoken between the both of you in this dream state, where long-awaited conversations or even loving words that were not spoken, or that you wish that this person had said when you were last dealing with them, but that they, for whatever reason, they never said these things, never had the opportunity to say these things, or things played out very differently between the both of you in the past. This doesn't really feel like the energy of any kind of like a fight or any kind of a harsh ending, but just kind of restraint having been exercised. Somebody who kind of held back on their feelings, who kind of tucked those feelings away within them and just kind of allowed the connection to, or kind of this energy of the missed opportunity, allowed this very kind of divinely orchestrated situation here, with the three angels appearing in all of these cards, with Judgment, Temperance, and also on the Lovers. This feels like a very high vibrational soulmate, perhaps a twin flame connection even. But something where a lot of kind of synchronicities and serendipity, as far as how you met this person or the circumstances between the both of you, almost this sense of the universe having orchestrated just the right situation for the two of you to meet and to come together, but that the opportunity was not seized in the past. The words were not spoken. You may have waited for this person to make that declaration. You may have been very patient, and at times also impatient with that, not being able, again, with that kind of reference to fog there, feeling energetically, feeling this connection, this very tangible energy between the both of you, kind of sitting in this energy of expectation, being very enchanted by this, very attracted to this person, very much allured by this, enchanted with the fantasy of it, the idea of what the two of you could become, what a declaration of love could really open into and develop into. But it just seems that never came. Somebody who, instead of on this Lover's card here with the woman who's kind of looking up to the angel, but then the man is sort of looking down on the ground, where this person was really not seeing the opportunity that was presenting itself. You and this person may not have been on the same page in terms of your priorities, or in terms of, different stages of your evolution and your ascension that you may have been on, different paths and journeys that you were on at the time that you met, or that this opportunity to express this love presented itself yourself initially. This person could have really been focused on kind of aspects of their material world, maybe even trapped in some kind of heartbreak or ideas about the past. Maybe this person was also in this energy of waiting for someone from their past to return, and kind of missing this new opportunity that had been presented to them in the form of this connection. And so then there was this hesitation to act, this failure to act. You may have come to this place where you've really had to release this person and focus on your own happiness to fill your own cup, kind of moving out of that energy of anticipation and waiting, and just choosing yourself over kind of holding space for this person, kind of waiting on into eternity for them to figure things out, to really recognize, to see the light, to see the potential here in this connection. And so again, this energy of choosing yourself, choosing to pour into your own cup. And this also being a very divinely orchestrated process for you, kind of part of the overall intention for this journey, for this experience with this person, is, you know, being faced with that kind of that energy of temptation to be stuck in a fantasy, stuck in this hope of what this could become, versus choosing kind of the ability to construct a reality that is in line with your own happiness, not putting the kind of responsibility of your own happiness on somebody else to fulfill that, but again, choosing to create that best life for yourself, instead of waiting for someone to kind of rescue you, or this person to come in, you know, as that knight in shining armor, kind of being that savior for yourself, being the own hero or heroine of your own story, being that one that really frees you from that energy of sort of weight and uncertainty. And so in terms of this person, it feels like they, you know, through dreaming of you and through connecting with you in that sense, something is really being shaken awake within this person. They're having this realization, almost this kind of wake-up call from the universe, that this meeting with you in dreams is really serving as to this person, where they may be in this process now as well of really releasing themselves from expectations of the past, in the same way that you have gone through this process to really step forward in your life. This feels like somebody who's energetically sensing that, and there's kind of this aha moment that is taking place, that while they may have been just kind of very consumed with sort of the shadows and the shades of their past, waiting for the ghost of their past to return, they've kind of missed that, you know, the sun has risen, a new day, a new opportunity has risen for them and was presented to them in the form of this connection in the past. And so this is somebody who, through that kind of sudden awakening, that sudden realization that they were just chasing shadows previously, or they were chasing some kind of fantasy or illusion about good times that could be recaptured with somebody else from their past, that maybe had moved on or wasn't necessarily on the same page as them, or wasn't coming back to kind of restore that happiness or restore those good times between them. Somebody that they may have themselves previously thought was their soulmate, was the one for them. Something through meeting with you in dreams, or kind of the way that the universe, that the divine with all these angels is communicating with this person through dreams, is really trying to reinforce to them that, you know, there's this gift, there's this new opportunity, there's this hope to attain that happiness and that love that they have dreamed of, that they were hoping for. And, you know, bringing that awareness to their attention, that it's not in the form of this person from their past, but it's in the form of, you know, this very beautiful and intense and high level kind of soulmate, this twin flame connection here that has come into their life, that they may have missed the opportunity with in the past, missed the boat, missed the mark, not acted and when they had the chance. And, you know, now there's this space between the both of you. You've released that expectation. You've kind of moved on in your life. And so now this person is really being tasked to do the work that is necessary to speak that truth that has been in their heart, these feelings that they are just now allowing themselves to become aware of, that it's starting to make sense for them, to move toward that joy, not trying to recapture something that, they might have once experienced, or the fantasy they had about, experiencing joy with somebody else from their past. But there's a sense of really seeing through kind of any illusions with that maybe those two people weren't in fact very compatible, or, kind of the ways in which those two people have grown through their life and through their experiences. What might have worked before doesn't work now. And so this feels like somebody who is on the brink of turning this page of, again, the divine strongly interacting with this person, giving them signs, giving them messages. Perhaps they are also, hearing your name, seeing reminders of you. And it's something to where when these reminders are coming up, it's creating this resonance of happiness within them, very unexpectedly, something that they're seeing perhaps for the first time, as they are no longer really distracting themselves with kind of a heartbreak of the past, or this energy of waiting for something of the past to turn into something different than what it was, or to become something that it never was capable of becoming in the first place. That this feels like somebody who is, again, redirecting that attention, redirecting that focus, some epiphany, some awareness is coming to them, that happiness they have been seeking, it was in front of them. It was just not the person they were maybe thinking that it was, but it's this other connection. It's this situation with you that they had taken for granted or had overlooked in the first place. So in terms of signs, with Judgment, we have Scorpio, Temperance is Sagittarius, the Lovers is Gemini, and with the Wands, we have fire energy, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So let's take a look at some messages from this person's higher self, group 2. What do they want to say? Okay, and they say, I will do anything to bring you happiness. So confirmation there of that bluebird spirit and the happiness. Realizing that wish fulfillment is in the form of this connection, not whatever they were placing as their priority previously, or that they were holding out for, that they were really stuck and consumed by and really distracted by in the past, that kept them from recognizing kind of this gift of joy, this gift of renewal, this gift of a second chance in love, or kind of that love they were always searching for but could never quite find, or never quite experience, maybe with someone from the past, or if they had nobody specifically in mind, just at all, somebody who may have not had a lot of luck in love and had just chosen to focus on work, focus on finances, kind of close themselves off to that, and just sort of miss this blessing, this opportunity that presented itself. This clarity is coming to this person that the experience with you energetically, it's something unlike what they've experienced with others. It's something which brought them a lot of joy, and there's this desire to kind of retrace their steps, to reach out and try and invest in this connection in a way that they may not have been willing or able to do previously. And they also say, I would just hurt you more right now. I need to be alone. So this ties in with that energy of release, as this epiphany, maybe this awareness is coming to them about how they had missed an opportunity with you, or had been kind of holding out hope for somebody that wasn't able to be wish fulfillment in all actuality for them. There's a lot of regret with that, maybe some regret about time wasted, or maybe other opportunities in their life that they had missed aside from this connection, that kind of came part and parcel with this energy of sort of waiting for something, waiting and hoping in this fantasy energy for something that wasn't meant to be what they imagined or thought that it could. Sort of being very caught up in the fantasy of how things could just drastically sort of restructure themselves between them and another person, or waiting for a particular person to kind of change their mind about them and come back. And so it's something where a lot of other opportunities may have been kind of bypassed or allowed to just pass by, because this person was kind of in this energy of being very stuck and lingering on something, obsessing about something something from their past, or again, just kind of being very stuck in this energy and being shut off to love. And so as they are kind of moving beyond that, as the divine is kind of coming in and sort of freeing this person from those illusions and sort of redirecting their focus, shifting their focus in another direction, kind of recalibrating their compass so that they are in fact aware of what direction happiness really lies in. It's something where they're needing to kind of release some of that sort of self-loathing, or that energy of resentment or bitterness or anger or regret, before they can come forward and really offer anything of substance to you moving forward. And they also say, I have no words for your kindness and generosity. So this person is really acknowledging that any efforts that you have made to kind of release your hope, move towards your own happiness, fill your own cup, this is being energetically sensed by this person. They're appreciating the time and the space that you have given them to come to these conclusions on their own. They feel the alleviation of the pressure that once might have been on them. This energy of expectancy that's also mirrored by them about some other situation in their past, most likely. And so almost as an example that you have set for them energetically about what that release looks like, what it looks like to fill one's own cup, what it looks like to focus on one's own happiness, to kind of release the past with love and to move forward with hopefulness for the future. That all of this is something that they're very grateful for. For some of you, they may be observing you in the physical world, maybe online, on social media, and they're kind of tracking the progress of this journey that you have gone on, this glow up that you have experienced as you've reprioritized to, fulfilling your own needs, being that love you were hoping to receive from another, from this person. And so it's something where the more you're sharing that, and you're sharing your light, you're sharing your story, you're sharing yourself. You're not just keeping in this kind of hermit mode, very cloistered, and keeping all that wisdom and knowledge and that bright energy to yourself. But the more you shine that out into the world, and this person is able to feel that energetically, or again, see that, it's really helping them to kind of create this roadmap forward for how they themselves can release what needs to be let go of and move in that direction of their own personal happiness. And they also say, I constantly feel you running through my veins. So this can tie in with that energy of these signs and these synchronicities, being pummeled with this energy by the divine, by their angels, by their higher self, their spirit team, trying to get this person to just turn and look the other way. Somebody who definitely was focusing on the wrong thing, or felt that happiness was somewhere that, maybe that was a closed door for a reason, that there was a greater plan in place for this person that they are now becoming aware of, or are made to be aware of. Maybe some realizations that have come in. Maybe somebody else from the past that they were waiting on has moved forward, has gotten married, has started a family. Maybe there's been some rejection in that sense as well from this person, from that other person, that has really help to kind of unload some of that baggage and that energy of waiting. And then in tandem with that, they're experiencing you in dreams. So kind of almost this void in their life where it was once very consumed with waiting. Then there's this other influx of energy. Then now, because they've kind of loosened whatever it was that they were prioritizing or focusing so extremely on, then they're able to, receive more of this energy, more of these signs, more of these dreams about you. And it's serving as this aha moment, that they'd been focusing on the wrong thing, or kind of looking in the wrong direction, not seeing the happiness that was right there the whole time. So let me get some more messages for you, group 2, from this person's higher self. What do they want you to know? Okay, and they say, you are my secret passion. So that can be that energy of kind of watching from afar, realizing that, at the heart of it all, they're discovering where happiness and contentment lies, and it may not have been what they were believing to be the one, or the direction, the path, the person for them. They're coming to this realization that it was perhaps the road not taken, this connection which they had not acted upon, or had looked away from, or had not again seized that opportunity to make something of this in the past. And they also say, I want more with you one day. So they're in this process of healing, of kind of letting go, forgiving themselves, maybe forgiving others for keeping them on hold, keeping them in this energy of waiting. And it's just, you know, they still have some healing to do, some work to do. With this awareness comes the awareness of everything that needs to clear out, new aspects of themselves that they need to implement, overlooked parts of their life maybe that they need to focus on building or rebuilding now that they've kind of been cleared of this energy of enchantment, this illusion, this kind of being very mystified or kind of under the spell of somebody else, so to speak, or this idea of where happiness lies. Again, this energy of illusion, kind of being shaken awake to the reality of sort of this gift of true happiness that had been offered to them, which they are able to, as they're tapping more into that higher self and they're getting more of that awareness, this person feels like they are able to more energetically discern between what is the right choice for them versus what was just wishful thinking, perhaps. And they also say, I can't bear to build it all again and watch it all wash away. So this can tie into kind of that energy of the heartbreak of the past, or a person from their past that they were really stuck on. And this could have really caused some kind of resistance to move forward in love or open themselves up to new possibilities in love, in the hopes that somebody would come back, that they could, you know, rebuild a connection with someone from the past, or even just this general resistance because of some loss in love previously that caused them to not act upon this opportunity with you when they had the chance, because they were just focusing on work, on finances, not wanting to link their life up with another out of a fear of it all kind of going sour again. And they also say, facing my reflection is more than I can handle. So difficult work here, having to recognize missed opportunities and the ways in which kind of this stubbornness or being sort of oblivious, not really recognizing the signs, not trusting their intuition or feeling more into the energy of circumstances versus, say, promises that another person made, or kind of not really being able to separate the illusion versus the reality of what they were experiencing, or somebody who may have really glamorized an experience of someone in the past and really just overlooked the actuality of maybe some toxicity that was going on, or just some deep incompatibility. But they're starting to recognize this now, and it's very daunting work. It could be a very abrupt awakening, very jolting information, or even in dreams, something is becoming apparent to this person, to where clarity has come, but it's a very harsh truth. It's a harsh reality. So they're needing to take some time to really ease into that, to acclimate to that truth, to forgive themselves, to unshoulder that burden, kind of move beyond that energy of waiting and fantasy, to step more into creating the reality that they hope to achieve for themselves, and ultimately as far as the potential to move toward happiness in this connection, to pick up where you left off, or to try and instigate a connection or a relationship where in the past they may have really kind of resisted that opportunity or missed that chance the first time around. So I'm going to get some guidance from Spirit for you, Group 2, about this situation. Okay, and we have the Priestess, embody. I am an embodiment of the divine feminine. So this really talks about this person needing to do some kind of healing work. Maybe as if you're watching this and this is for your masculine that you are watching, this could be in regards to a feminine energy that they were dealing with previously, some kind of heartbreak, needing to heal those wounds, kind of move beyond that, fully release that person and the expectations or the ideas that they had surrounding that. This can really also talk about this energy of receptivity, the feminine polarity, where they're receiving this guidance from their higher self, from their spirit team, moving into that space of really feeling into these emotions, feeling into that joy and that elation at the realization that happiness is out there for them. It's a very real possibility. And it's something which they have touched even in a very peripheral sense through interacting with you even energetically in the past, if you never really had an actual tangible relationship with this person, but just, are kind of on the brink of that, or kind of dancing around that issue, but they never really made a move or really participated in taking things to the next level. And so this is something where they're needing to kind of bask in that, but then also wade through some of those heavier emotions of disappointment, of regret for having missed an opportunity or made the wrong choice in the past, and kind of this process of learning to balance that out, sort of the energy of needing to feel it in order to heal it. So Spirit just letting you know that this is the phase that this person is in, kind of kickstarting this self-healing energy within them, moving into this softer space of understanding that they are worthy and deserving of love and happiness, recognizing their ability to kind of heal themselves and raise their vibration, move away from kind of defeatist patterns or toxic belief systems or certain mindsets, to step into that place of receptivity, to really manifest a new opportunity with you in the future, to manifest that happiness, to co-create with Spirit, to really get in alignment on that path and really seize those opportunities for bliss in this connection and in other forms and fashions in this person's life that, they may have really, they may be opening up to their spiritual side as well for the first time. This could have been somebody who was very concerned with kind of appearances and 3D matters, worldly matters before, and now they're getting in touch with their spiritual side. Crown chakra activations could be happening in this person, and this is definitely somebody who's getting downloads, who is having an energetic influx from the higher realms. Change needs to occur, and the divine has really needed to step in with this person because they've been in this energy of just kind of obliviousness or resistance, or kind of feeding into an illusion for far too long. So it feels like almost drastic measures needed to be taken to jolt this person awake, and part of that is definitely tying into some kind of a significant dream that they have of you, or meeting with you in dreams, and in a way to which your energies are connecting, or kind of the context, what is said, the feelings that are had, it's really having an impact on them then in their waking reality. It's something which is really helping to kind of bring in that energy from the higher realms that is then kind of unfolding in their material reality in terms of a change in decisions, a change in lifestyle and patterns and habits in their life, all kind of stemming from this energy of as above, so below. It's kind of flowing in from the higher realms to kind of move from the inside. It's change from the inside of this person that then can materialize outside in their ability to make some communication, express those feelings that they may have really held back on in the past, or really just kind of ignored in the face of maybe waiting for something else that just was not meant to materialize for them in the way that they had quite hoped or were anticipating in this lifetime. So I'm going to get some initials for you now, group 2, and this can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Okay, so we have I, N, H, L, M, Z, E, V, S, and R. So those are your messages, group 2. I hope they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 3. You chose the Golden Healer Quartz. So I'm going to start with these cards to see who is dreaming of you. We've got the Nine of Swords, the Star, the Sun, Page of Wands, Frog Spirit, Renewal, Spirit Guardian of Autumn, Letting Go, Wisdom, and Trust. So this feels like somebody where there may have been kind of a chaotic ending between the both of you. This could have been someone you were married to or that you lived with, that when things kind of ended between the both of you, your living circumstances might have needed to change. Kind of the ending of this relationship could have also signaled a lot of other endings in your life, maybe things as far as career, your job, maybe some friendships falling away. Maybe you had a friend circle in common with this person that really sort of fell apart. You could have had some difficulties with your health, some difficulties with your family, kind of an existential crisis going on as well. Just a lot of things kind of coming in with this Nine of Swords here. Anxiety from all angles. Kind of this energy of maybe feeling that you were down on your luck or that the odds were stacked against you, the universe was against you, not really seeing a way out. Definitely could have been some dark night of the soul energy that you were going through. Kind of this process with the Spirit Guardian of Autumn of needing to kind of let things go from your life that were not resonating for you. Sort of this energy of being kind of faced with a lot of endings and a lot of changes, gearing toward this energy of renewal. With the Star and the Renewal card, it seems that, you know, you've come out of that darkness. With the Sun also, a new chapter has really opened up in your life. Kind of the worst is behind you in a lot of ways. You've gained a lot of wisdom, a lot of strength, a lot of knowledge of self through this process of metamorphosis that you have gone through having to really adapt to your circumstances as well, with this frog here on the Renewal card, on the Frog Spirit card, and just really having to learn to get really creative, to make the most out of your circumstances, to use what you have with you to kind of create a new beginning for yourself, or maybe several new beginnings for yourself, or a new beginning in all ways in your life. It seems that you're in a very kind of bright period in your life where, with the Page of Wands here, that's a card of good news, where things are really going your way. Kind of armed with this wisdom, you also really know what works and what doesn't. You may have gone through kind of a process of trial and error, even as far as with this, I'm kind of feeling like this energy of the Frog Prince here, having kissed a lot of toads and coming up short, not really being able to find love again, or, you know, find somebody that really fits with who you've become, fits with what you want for yourself. You may have really kind of settled for less than you deserve from relationships in the past as well. Kind of settling for low vibrational relationships, toxic relationships, maybe one-sided relationships that were very hot and heavy, but then left you with a lot of questions, a lot of uncertainty and doubt, left you with a lot of energy of heartbreak, and almost this anxiety or this sense of not, you know, feeling that maybe you weren't going to meet the one, maybe love wasn't meant for you in this lifetime. A lot of unsuccessful endeavors in love, maybe including this person, prior to this person, subsequent to this person, but that you really stepped into this place in your life of embodying that self-love, of really nurturing yourself, kind of taking the wisdom from the pain of what you've experienced in love and in your life in the past, and allowing that to kind of forge you into a stronger and more astute version of yourself. Somebody who's not willing to settle for less than they deserve. Somebody who's able to pick up and perceive red flags, and to kind of cut those relationships away from their life before damage is substantially done, before you get deeply entrenched with a person, and you know, there's a lot of emotions and feelings involved, and then you're just kind of left in this energy of despair. Really having moved into this energy of trust as well. Trust that you're being guided along the path to your highest good. Trusting that the changes and the things that are falling away from your life are all with the intention of kind of moving you in a direction that is more in alignment with who you are to become in this life, with your life purpose. With the Sun card, definitely feels like somebody who has very much discovered that purpose, is in alignment with that, is really radiating joy. You may have also gone through a glow up in your life, and just things are going really well for you. Having again with that star here, coming out of that darkness, becoming that light in the darkness, filling your own cup, being that illumination for yourself, and also a guiding light for others as well. You may be at this point in time where you're very inspirational to others. You have a lot of wisdom to impart to others. Others look up to you. You could be helping other people, whether you know it or not, through their own process of ascension, through their own process of kind of letting go and moving through some emotional disappointments, some pain and some confusion, learning to trust, learning to tap into that higher self, into that guidance, to sort of see the signs, recognize the signs and the signposts of kind of the best choices to make, or ways to move forward that can really open doors to greater possibility and achieving this level of personal satisfaction. And in terms of this person and that they're dreaming of you, there could be a lot of, as you've had this glow up and you've really stepped into this beautiful chapter of your life, this person may actually be able to kind of see this, energetically sense it. But I feel for a lot of you, they've seen this from afar, and there's a sense of nightmare here. This sense of, you know, really sitting in this energy of regret now for having taken you for granted in the past, having maybe overlooked you in the past, overlooking this connection, or just kind of discarding you, not seeing your value, not seeing your worth or your potential. And now they feel like somebody who's just kind of on the outside looking in. There's somebody who, you know, they're not with you in your life. They're not sharing in this joy with you. They're having to just watch this beautiful growth that has taken place within you, but they're not there at the party. They don't have a place at your table anymore. This is somebody who you have moved beyond in a lot of ways. But there is an invitation to them to, you know, kind of move out of this energy of self-pity and lament, and to really kind of follow the example that you have established. With this card here with the Page of Wands, and he's got this staff, but then he's looking over his shoulder. This almost feels like a precedent is being set, a way forward to that better version of self is being set, and the invitation is there that this person is invited to kind of follow suit, to get on that own journey, to participate in some things that might be crumbling from their life. This could very much be sort of the circumstances that you once found yourself in. This person is now finding themselves in that as well. A lot of things crumbling, a lot of things endings in their life, having to learn to let go of expectations they once had, or maybe this was somebody who is now getting older in terms of years, and where they were very, you know, desirable to others, had a lot to offer to others, whether that was in romance or even professionally. They might find themselves now being the one who is overlooked, that new up and coming energies, people who are younger, people who are, you know, more eager, more hungry, are able to seize these opportunities in a way that, you know, this person is just kind of in this energy of being kind of stale. What they had to offer at first is not as glamorous as it once was. And this person really having to kind of move beyond any kind of exterior or superficial energy of, again, this maybe some kind of attractiveness or opulence, or even somebody who had a degree of fame or success or material wealth that is maybe now waning from their life. And so they're needing to cultivate kind of those inner qualities, not relying so much on kind of that outside appearance, but somebody who's really needing to go within and develop some of these qualities of the inside inside, to kind of restructure themselves, reformat themselves, make a plan for the future going forward. And so this is somebody that, as they're dreaming of you, again, this energy of kind of waking up with this sense of panic or anxiety at a missed opportunity, or kind of their actions. Maybe they could be feeling as well that they're going through or experiencing some kind of karma in terms of all these endings that are happening for them, for the ways in which they took this connection for granted or failed to see your worth previously. That now they almost feel like somebody who kind of like that punishment is to be sort of on the outside of your life looking in, kind of these reminders, this recall that's that's happening for them in the past, this glow up that you have gone through that is really setting in this reality for them of whatever they moved to in the past, or made the choice to whatever caused them to kind of make this choice to step away from you, step away from this connection, and kind of all the chaos and disruption that ensued from that it was a wrong choice that was being made. It didn't ultimately serve this person's higher good, that they are now finding themselves at a place of loss. This could have also been somebody who maybe it was a kind of a decision between you and somebody else, and they chose the flashier option. They chose the person that looked really good, or on paper it looked very promising. It ticked off all the boxes. It was something that friends and family would approve of, or it seemed like the best fit for the type of lifestyle or person that they were wanting to become, or kind of this image of success that they were wanting to present to the world. But that something has really fallen away with that. The truth has been revealed maybe about this other person that they chose, and it's a lot of just kind of less than desirable qualities that are being demonstrated, or it's just a feeling of being very stuck in maybe this kind of trapped energy, like a cycle here, some kind of a negative pattern, or just this general sense of loss now this person is in, that this kind of all that glitters was not gold, that a wrong choice was made, a wrong turn was made, and now they're seeing you, they're maybe having dreams about you, and this has caused them to kind of to look you up again, to look you up online, to look into whatever happened to you, and they're very stunned by what they're seeing, all this success and this change within you, and you're in this place of peace. You're wiser. Your struggles and your challenges did not break you, but it made you stronger. It brought out that strength and that wisdom and that confidence within you that maybe didn't exist before. Maybe you were somebody who wasn't living your purpose. You weren't living your best life. You weren't your most confident. You didn't feel your best. But something has really shifted and changed. You've had to kind of love yourself through all this shadowy energy, and it has paid off. The work that you've done on yourself has paid off in dividends. And so this is somebody who is definitely recognizing that. They're having these reminders of you. There's some kind of a larger purpose that is being served. More than just a taunting energy of this person feeling compelled to, experience energetically this glow up, or, through dreams really being prompted to look you up. It's more than just the universe trying to rub it in their face, or, some kind of an energy of gloating. It's this invitation for this person to also, step out of that energy of playing small with themselves, that, it's a reminder to this person that they are capable and worthy of so much more than whatever they have in their life, that the things that are falling away are not meant to go with them into this next stage, into this next chapter. And so this energy of kind of the dark night of the soul that this person is going through as well, they could also be sort of looking to you as an example, leaning into you energetically, very grateful as well that they are able to tap into you via dreams, or meet with you via dreams, because there's also this sense that if anyone could understand what they're going through at this point in their life, it would be you, because you've gone through something similar. So while this person may not be able to reach out to you in the 3D sense, pride and ego might be in the way, or communication could be fully blocked, or they're just, because of what happened in the past, there's this deep feeling that you both are not on the same page anymore, that you wouldn't really entertain what they have to say. They may fear that you wouldn't take pity on them, you wouldn't participate with them, or have anything very kind or productive to say. So they're kind of in this energy of just sort of being on the sidelines and having to watch, but at the same time being very inspired and kind of encouraged to keep going, to keep pressing forward, to allow things to fall away from their life, so that that kind of a new version of them can be birthed out of this darkness that they may find themselves in and are in the process of going through this transformation in their own life. So I'm going to get some messages from this person's higher self for you, group 3. What do they want to say? Okay, and we have, I have been watching you from a distance. So yeah, that was coming up in terms of this person maybe having looked you up, maybe following you on social media from a fake account if you have social media, or just in some way doing some research on you, asking people about you, even just kind of tapping into you energetically to really feel into this, to really kind of bask in that energy of you. And they say, I feel so much beauty, harmony, sweetness, and shelter between us. So they're feeling very comforted at this time when it seems like a lot is kind of changing for them. A lot is falling away from their life. There's a sense of kinship that they feel with you. Again, in terms of experiences that you have been through, most likely even catalyzed by what took place with this person in the past. There's a sense that of all the people in their life you would, or that they have known, you would be the only one who could really empathize with what they are going through. And so this person feels very drawn to you energetically, very compelled to kind of watch you. Again, if you have some kind of platform, or even just things that you're posting, or just this very high vibration, this vibration of kind of wisdom and self-confidence, self-assuredness that you are embodying at this point in time. It's an inspiration and a comfort to this person as they're kind of navigating all this uncertainty and change in their own life. And they also say, I'm so lost in the ocean that is you. So this person kind of feeling very tossed about, torn in terms of this urge to kind of reach out, to make communication, to maybe extend some kind of an apology to you. And at the same time, feeling very overwhelmed by the concept of that, very overwhelmed by maybe this knowledge of having made the wrong choice, of having overlooked something, not recognizing your value or your worth in the past. And now there's a sense of almost drowning in that, drowning in some pity and some guilt, and some regret and shame as well, also in tandem with that energy of maybe feeling what they're going through at this point in time in their life and having to just kind of be a spectator in yours, that it's some kind of a punishment. It's something very vast. They may feel that this is, something that cannot be easily navigated. It's something that, they're kind of at the mercy of a larger force, being kind of tossed about as well in their life. A lot of things being shaken up. In terms of how they are viewing you and what happened in the past between you and decisions that they made as far as this connection goes. And they also say, I am electrified by you. So that can really speak to that glow up, that change, that transformation that you have gone through, and this person very shocked by what they are seeing. Somebody who again may have taken you for granted, and also with that reference to ocean, somebody who is seeing you as a very deep and wise person. They're seeing layers of you. If they are watching you from afar, or even energetically, they're feeling this depth to you that they may have overlooked or underappreciated, or not. It really wasn't apparent to them before. It's something you may have just cultivated in yourself, or really opened up into, or really embodied within yourself in the time since you last were dealing with them. But this is definitely the energy of transformation, and this person just being almost dumbfounded or speechless, and feeling very foolish for a choice that was made in the past to let you go, to let this connection go, to push you away, to overlook you. Maybe even somebody who kind of spoke badly of you, or made fun of you for some of the difficulties that you were going through, kind of this process of the shakeup in your own life. And now the tables have turned, and they find themselves in that similar kind of circumstance. And it's something where they're just very shocked to be able to be walking in your shoes, to feel what you felt when you were going through all of this, and also very shocked at the change that they have seen take place. They may have thought of you as a very kind of a lost cause, somebody very hopeless, somebody who would never change, and the transformation that has taken place, it's leaving them speechless. It's definitely very profound and very much being noticed by this person. So let me get a few more messages for you, group 3, from this person's higher self. What do they want to say? Okay, and they say, I love your sense of humor. So they're trying to kind of take a lighthearted approach to what has happened in their life, as much as they may feel that some kind of karma is at play. This is somebody who is, trying to stay optimistic about that. There's some kind of an energy too about being optimistic that the future between the both of you can change, that perhaps after all of this transformation in their life, or this cycle of karma or kind of payback from the universe even, after that sort of plays out and carries out, that they're hoping that this is something that you both can get to a point where you can look back at all of this and laugh. And that may be a very long road to get there. It might be something which, armed with that wisdom and that discernment, you might not be willing to open the door to this person again. It might be, kind of a connection best left in the past. That this could be part of this person's lessons in this lifetime, as far as, not really judging based on appearances, but feeling more kind of beyond the veneer and beyond the surface into the core of truth. And it's something to where, they're seeing this kind of lightness of energy that you are in, your ability to laugh and to smile despite everything that you've been through because of them and in other areas of your life. And it's something, it's a level of strength that they are really admiring, and they're hoping to emulate and get to that point in their life as well, where they are able to kind of renew that smile from deeply within their soul, knowing that they are exactly where they need to be in their life, knowing that they have what it takes to kind of overcome obstacles and challenges, and knowing that all the changes that have taken place in their life have really served to recalibrate them and to put them in alignment with that highest good and kind of their life purpose in this incarnation. And they also say it's like we share the same mind and heart. So there could be some telepathy going on with this person, or they could even be trying to reach out to you in dreams. Maybe some of them are endeavoring to kind of astral travel to you, to again just kind of tap into that very high vibrational energy that you carry, that you embody, to make that communication in ways in which they feel very precluded from doing in the 3D sense because of circumstances going on with them, or maybe your contact information has changed, you've moved, they don't have a way really to get a hold of you, or they're just kind of held back by fear. Really sort of understanding kind of the damage that was done in the past, and perhaps even because of what is going on in their life, kind of all the changes and the turmoil and the chaos, they don't feel at a place of being comfortable to offer anything of value to you, anything of worth to you, anything that would go very far as the energy of renewal or creating a new beginning between the both of you. So this person may just be, for the time being, very much occupying that sort of energetic and 5D energy of communicating and expressing some kind of regrets or even a loving energy towards you. They could be coming to you in dreams, and there could again be kind of this catharsis that goes on in that dream state, where maybe you wake up crying, tears of joy, or kind of tears of this intensity of having interacted with them. These tears of knowing that it was more than just a dream, really feeling this person's presence, feeling them energetically around you, which could be also very triggering and opening up some wounds for you, kind of urging you into this space of kind of clearing some more debris, doing the next level of your own ascension, your own healing at this point in time, and also urging you to move more into the space of compassion, and operating from a loving energy, first and foremost for yourself, but also for this person, in that they were just operating with the tools that they had at the time. And mistakes are really opportunities for us to learn and to recalibrate and to kind of make better choices going forward. And it doesn't excuse the past, but at the same time, it only serves to disserve oneself to continue to carry around sort of bitterness and resentment over what might have happened or not happened in a connection in the past. And they also say, I want to create with you. So that ties in with that energy of renewal with the frog spirit, and somebody who really hopes that in time, the work that they do on themselves, that they can meet you at a higher vibration, that they will have the opportunity to express regret to you, to create a new beginning with you, even as friends, to somehow move beyond what it is that, you know, the condition and the state that you both find yourselves in. This also speaks to somebody who is recognizing your worth, is appreciating that, is valuing that, is seeing you as a high value person, is again very kind of awestruck by the changes that you have executed within yourself, that have taken place within you, with the life that you've created with yourself, maybe even changes in your physical appearance or the way you carry yourself, kind of the things you're focusing on, or the things that you have let go of or transcended or moved beyond in terms of habits, lifestyles, patterns, people, belief systems. And it's something to where this person is really kind of looking to you as that example to create a future that is more in alignment with their core truth as well. And they also say, how do I get you alone? So this could be that energy of maybe not sure how to really reach out to you. Communication could be kind of blocked, or it might be just not really possible to do much other than observe at this point in time. You may not have contact information that is known to them or readily available to them. And so there's this sense of really kind of turning perhaps to the higher realms, to the dream state as the only way that they can really reach out, that they can really kind of bypass that gatekeeper of any sort of bitterness or resentment, pride and ego that existed from the past, to be able to interact with you purely at the energetic level, to commune with you in that sense, and to even just vibrationally express to you kind of these feelings of regret and this awareness that has come to them of just how much you mean to them, and how much they are feeling kind of the loss of the choice that was made in the past to move away from you and this connection. So I'm going to get some guidance from Spirit for you now, Group 3, about this situation. Okay, and we have the Amber Star. Let go. I surrender and allow myself to grieve. So this is some great guidance here for you, Group 3, as far as if this person's dreaming of you, you may also most likely be dreaming of them. There's definitely this energy of them trying to contact you in dreams, perhaps experimenting with astral travel, or setting the intention to meet with you in dreams, and that perhaps being very successful some or a lot of the time even. And so if you're waking up again with kind of these tears, feeling very overwhelmed, feeling this person energetically, or even maybe this truth that's kind of been locked away within you that you've sort of tried to move beyond, that you still have some love for them. You're being guided to, feel into that, to really allow yourself to tap into and to allow any of these kind of residual emotions over what occurred with this person in the past, or perhaps feelings that you've had to bury in order to kind of as a self-protective mechanism to move forward, to be able to kind of move beyond any difficulties that occurred between you in the past and cultivate a better life for yourself, some kind of a future, a very, positive and abundant future. And as these things are coming up for you, might be very triggering for you, or kind of resurfacing after a while, you're feeling this person, you're sensing this person energetically, then you're being urged to, just purge that in whatever way that you need to, whether that's through some kind of artistic endeavor. Maybe you need to cry, scream, journal, work out, do some kind of high intensity exercise or aerobics, just something to kind of get this out of your energetic body, allow this to purge from you. Maybe writing a letter to this person and burning it to just kind of release that intention off into the universe. Set the intention to kind of free yourself from any sort of stuck feelings between this person and you, or this kind of stuck energy. Maybe even invoking Archangel Michael and asking him with his fiery sword of truth to cut through the illusions, to cut through any kind of cords of negative attachment to what occurred in the past with this person, or even to this person in general, so that you can free yourself and continue to move forward in your life, that whatever is surfacing at this point in time it is with the intention of moving you to the next level. I feel for a lot of you, you've been through this process of things surfacing and having to let go of them. You may have transcended a lot of things and be in a very different place in your life. And so kind of the resurfacing of some sort of sticky or deeply entrenched or difficult emotions that might be kind of confusing at this point in time, that you may almost be tempted to think that, you know, you're taking steps backward or regressing in some way. But you're being assured that this is just, it's another layer of healing and of purging that is necessary. You've been down this road before. You have tools, you have wisdom. You've done a beautiful job of raising your vibration. So really entertaining these thoughts, addressing this, you know, feeling into this in order to kind of let this go. Kind of this energy with this figure here turned away, sort of revisiting this past, any kind of lingering or festering wounds that are coming up or that had not been addressed, that are, you know, now is the time to really do that, to really unburden yourself. And if you have hopes of renewal with this person in the future, doing this work at this point in time can really help to also sort of alleviate some of that energetic burden from them. If this is somebody where, you know, you have no intention of starting again with them, you would like to close the door and leave that shut, then this is coming up as a very kind of like the next step in that component, in kind of moving you forward, in kind of letting go of another part of your past experience, or even a past version of yourself. Maybe some self-forgiveness work, some self-healing work is necessary at a deeper level, to really forgive yourself for allowing an energy who wouldn't appreciate you, or who undervalued you, or made you feel like you weren't good enough, or that you were an option, you were a second choice, that there was something wrong with you, or something that, you know, didn't match up to their expectations, to any ways that you allowed that into your life, or that had an impact on your self-esteem or your self-image. You're being really guided at this point in time to nurture yourself through that, to have compassion first and foremost for yourself, for the tools you were operating with at this time, or at that time, and also recognizing that forgiveness first and foremost, it's not for the other person, it's for you. The energy of forgiveness helps to unburden you from carrying around that debris that just kind of limits your expansion, limits your experience of joy in the future. And it's possible also that a lot of this is coming up for you because there are some new opportunities of abundance in love or in other areas of your life that want to come in, and that this is kind of just a layer of a chain that is tethering you to the past. And so this person kind of revisiting you in dreams, it's coming up as maybe an irritant or something that is very confusing for you, because you're meant to actively participate in letting that go and setting the intention to move beyond that, so that you can magnetize in these new abundant experiences for you that are just around the bend, that are waiting for you to kind of put this to bed, put this to rest, kind of leave this past behind, leave this person behind, or if it's someone you want a new beginning with in the future, that this might be the time to kind of let those grievances go and to really step into that place of embodying unconditional love and hopefulness for what the future can bring, rather than kind of lingering on whatever took place in the past. So I'm going to close this out with some initials for you. Group 3, this can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Okay, so we have N, F, E, Z, Q, G, V, S, and A. So those are your messages, group 3. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.